I've heard people say the Book of Remembrance is the Old Testament, but today we're going to take a look at the Book of Remembrance and see what it really is. And in Hebrew, it's pronounced Sefer Zikaron, and it means a book of remembrance or a scroll of record. Throughout the Torah, Zikaron always means a living reminder before Yah, a feast, an offering, a stone, or a sound that keeps his people in sight. In Malachi 3, two kinds of people are speaking. First, those who have grown weary of obedience. Malachi 3, verse 14. You have said, what's the use of serving God? What have we gained by obeying His commands, or by trying to show the Lord of Heaven's army that we are sorry for our sins? This group has lost faith in Yah. Then comes the second group, Malachi 3, verse 16. Then those who feared Yah spoke one with another, and Yah listened and heard, and a Sefer Zikaron, or Book of Remembrance, was written before him for those who feared Yah and thought upon His name. These are the ones Yah listens to, the ones who keep reverence when others doubt. He doesn't record every argument or complaint. He writes down their names and records their faith, their words, and the encouragement and love they speak to one another about Him. And earlier, Moses spoke of another scroll in Exodus 32 through 33. But now, please forgive their sin. But if not, then erase me from the book you have written. But Yah replied to Moses, No, I will erase only those who have sinned against me from my book. That's the book of life, the record of those who belong to Yah. David speaks of it again in Psalm 69, verse 28. Erase their names from the book of life. Don't let them be listed among the righteous. And Daniel repeats it in Daniel 12, verse 1. At that time, Michael, the great prince, who stands guard over your people, will arise. There will be a time of distress, such as never happened since nations came into being. But at that time, your people, everyone whose name is found written in the book, will be delivered. Together, these verses show that Yah's book is a living record, and the Sefer Zikaron is the part that remembers those who still fear His name and honor His covenant, and who encourage one another to stay faithful to Yah only. The Sefer Zikaron, or Book of Remembrance, is a totally separate book than the Old Testament or Torah. Yah's Torah was written by His command and placed beside the Ark of the Covenant as a witness. Deuteronomy 31, verse 26. Take this book of the law and put it beside the Ark of the Covenant of Yah your Elohim. The Torah is His instruction, the teaching that shows His people how to live. But the Sefer Zikaron isn't instruction, it's recognition. The Torah tells us how to walk, and the Book of Remembrance records who actually walks in it, those who speak together and strengthen the remnant that fears only Yah. The question is, are you among those who fear Him? Is your name written in the Sefer Zikaron, the Book of Remembrance?